everyone. Today's topic for the discussion is regulation of gene expression from the chapter Molecular Basis of Inheritance. Before we move on to this regulation part, we first must know what gene expression is. So here we are talking about the elementary definition of gene, that it contains code for polypeptides, while we do know that it does manufacture some other RNA. So the motive of gene expression is to get the structural gene that is located on the DNA to convert or to translate into the protein or polypeptides. So here, what happens is on the template of DNA, mRNA is being formed, or rather a pre-mRNA or heteronuclear mRNA is formed, which then undergoes the process of splicing and capping to form the final mRNA. Now this process is known as transcription, and then from mRNA, a protein is formed or amino acids are formed. This process is known as translation. So this is the whole gene expression part. Now what is regulation? Like how does it come into the picture? To understand this, we'll take two examples, one from the NCERT. We have this bacteria called E. coli, which synthesizes the enzyme called beta-glycosidase. Now beta-glycosidase catalyzes the hydrolysis reaction of lactose into galactose plus glucose. Now since it catalyzes this reaction, and the E. coli bacteria uses lactose molecules as a source of energy. So this is the whole relationship of E. coli with those lactose molecules. But if the lactose molecules would not be present, the E. coli would simply not synthesize this enzyme. So this is how this expression and regulation part happens hand in hand or simultaneously. Now, so the metabolic, physiological and environmental conditions in one hand help in the regulation of gene expression. Now the second example that we take is, if every time you eat something, the body glucose level goes up. So here this protein called insulin comes into the picture. Now where is insulin synthesized? The gene for insulin is located in all the body cells, but only the beta cells of a pancreas or the islet of Langerhans are able to express this gene. Now talking about regulation, we do not need insulin at all the time in our body. We only need it whenever we eat something. So here this expression and regulation work simultaneously. So now we know that why regulation is needed, but let's see how does it happen. Regulation happens at the 4 levels. The number one is transcriptional level. Like it's not the 4 levels, but yes, if you're not able to regulate it in the first level, you have to use the second, then third, and then the fourth. Okay, so first level is transcriptional level, or rather initiation of transcription. Initiation when the DNA gets converted into pre-mRNA or the heteronuclear mRNA. Here, the RNA polymerase binds to a region that is upstream in 5' to the structural gene, which is called a promoter. This identification of the promoter binding and then binding to the site, this whole process is known as initiation of transcription. In prokaryotes, this is the method, or at this stage the gene regulation exclusively takes place. But it is also a major process in eukaryotes. Now in case you're not able to regulate in the first level, the transcriptional level, we have the second level called the processing level. Now processing level, what is it? You have to, from the pre-mRNA or the heteronuclear mRNA, you're stopping it to get spliced and capped. So we are basically inhibiting this part. So if you not allow this thing to happen, the mRNA or the primary transcript would not be formed. So at this level also we can inhibit or we can regulate the genes. Now the third and the most important step is transport of mRNA. In case your mRNA is formed, all you can do is hamper the transport system. You just not allowing it to transport from that nuclear pore, from the nucleus to the cytoplasm. In many of the prokaryotes, the double-stranded RNA kills this mRNA. This case is also seen. Now in case this mRNA has been transported and it is going to be translated, so the last step that you can do is to stop this translation. In all the cases that we are seeing here, we are in a way just controlling the synthesis of protein. These are, we can, if we look at it from another point of view, we can see that it is basically a mechanism of cellular defense, where if a pathogenic RNA enters in a body system, so we are just preventing it or regulating it from regulating it to get transmitted or translated. So this is why regulation is important, not for the metabolic needs of our bodies, but also in the case of such pathogenic incidents. Thank you so much. Hope you liked the video.